is Fri Chihak with Manifest High Net Worth TV, and I am excited to bring you another episode of the Conscious Billionaire to Be. You know, I was watching a show on YouTube the other day, and they were interviewing a few billionaires, and one of the billionaires made a statement that caught my attention. He said, you know, people don't set out to be billionaires. They go ahead and do what they love, pursue their passions and whatever, and then eventually they become a billionaire. And I am on a different trend, completely different trend. And that trend is I have decided I am going to be a billionaire. And my guests today and the guests that I interview on this Conscious Billionaire to Be show, they set the intention to be billionaires first. And then they pursue that with a passion. So,
yes.
So we do not follow the style of the billionaire I heard talk on YouTube the other day. We are going our own way. Yes. And so today I am going to be speaking with an amazing woman and entrepreneur, Kelsey Banfield. Now, Kelsey is a money coach for entrepreneurial women. Mm-hmm. She helps them in their business to ditch everything that drains them, drains their energy. And she helps them to create money-making systems, opportunities, energies, of course, within them. And let me just finish reading here. So she helps them to master the money-making process in their business and to design lives and businesses that they love. I love what she does, right? I love it. Kelsey, welcome to Conscious Billionaire to Be on Manifest High Net Worth TV.
Thank you.
So, Kelsey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm glad we connected. I'm glad that you're going to be sharing your magnificent strategies with us today. And we're just going to pick your brain and take a deep dive with you to see what it is that really drives someone to decide, a normal human being going about her business, to make the conscious decision that she is going to be a billionaire. What started you on that path?
Well, I mean, it's funny because all my life I thought, oh, I'll do well. But then I started a food blog about 10 years ago.
A food blog?
A food blog. And that's where, and it was fun. And then I just kind of rode the wave. And what happened was that things fell apart a little bit toward the end. And I couldn't figure out what went wrong. And I started talking to people and reading money mindset books, and I hired a coach, and it all came clear to me that what I was doing was kind of riding the wave, riding along, instead of giving myself direction, giving myself goals, really putting in my mind what I wanted, but also just communicating it with the universe. You know, I hadn't done any of that. I was just kind of waking up every day and see where the day takes me, which is fine. But I also turned 40 recently, and I was like, no. Like, I'm going to tell the day where I want it to take me. And I'm going to stop to letting people come in, or, things come into my day that drain my energy. And I'm going to start putting my energy where I want to. And I'm going to start really just making my life more aligned with the things I want and really walking the talk.
Yes.
And that really, there was a lot of clarity there for a few years. And I started coaching women doing the same thing, because women will come to me and say, I want to make money. I'm like, great. How much? Oh, well, and there's a lot of uncertainty because you haven't really said it.
Yes.
So I would, and I love, that's why I love your message so much. I was like, yes, I want to be a billionaire, and I have, ways I want to get it and things I want to do, but I also know I have to stay out of the how. So, like, let's do this, universe. Let's play ball,
Yeah. That is fantastic. I love that. What you mentioned about women, or not just women, people really in general, not knowing when they come to you and say, hey, I want to make money. That's usually the thing. I want to make money, but how much? And then they get stuck. They don't know how much they want to make, or they give you some lowball number because they're concerned about how you are going to take it. So, for example, when I talk to people about being a billionaire, I don't know about you if you have the same experience. When people ask me and I say, hey, I'm heading straight to billionaire lane, mega billionaire lane, they get this look in their eye like, what the heck? Who is she to dream so big? That kind of thing.
I get the eye rolls and the snickers, like, oh, that'll be fun. And then the nudge my husband, like, you're going to be so lucky, And I was like, no, I'm going to do it. What's wrong with wanting this? And it's not wanting out of greed. It's that I'm going to work and I'm going to serve all these people and do all these good things. And then, I said, money's an infinite resource. And people will say, well, tell it to my employer. I'm like, I've got one employer, it's the universe, and here he comes. Here she comes. Like, I'm doing it.
Yes. I love that statement. My employer is the universe, really. Yes. Because when you have the universe as your employer, then you have all kinds of paths that you're not even aware of at your disposal, right?
Exactly. And that's when, when I was kind of in this rut, when I started to embrace this new mindset, that is when the guideposts started appearing, the signs along the way. Do this, think about that. Here's someone you should talk to. I mean, I honestly can't remember even how I connected with you, but it was not through someone introducing us. It was because I bumped into you on the internet.
Yeah.
And that was a divine connection. These connections and these signs are all around us all the time. And it's kind of following the trail and keep going. And, the money is the carrot, but also when you're following the carrot, it can lead you to designing a whole life and business that you love.
Absolutely. Totally. Meeting people, it's not a coincidence when you.
No, it's not.
There's always a reason for those energies coming together. Right?
I completely agree.
Yeah. So Kelsey, I want to ask you, I know you're in your business and in your life, you use metaphysical strategies.
Yes.
So could you please share with us one of your top metaphysical strategies that you use to get your business to really take off and really, create the empire that you're creating?
Sure. Okay. So what I do is I have something I call my morning mindset gym.
Okay.
My money mindset.
Did you say morning or money?
Morning. It's in the morning, but I call it the money mindset gym.
Ooh.
Right. So, we all want to, get nice, like firm arms. We go to the gym and do some push-ups. I want a nice, firm money mindset. So I go to the money mindset gym.
Yes.
That's what I say. So this is my metaphysical strategy and I had to, getting myself into this. I remember when I first did this, I felt so silly. Like I couldn't believe this is what a book was instructing me to do or a coach was instructing me to do. But now I believe in it wholeheartedly.
Right.
I set aside 30 minutes every morning. And the first thing I do is I write out a desire list for the day.
Interesting.
Anything. But it has to be scary and exciting yet believable.
Yes.
I have to, because that's how I incrementally get myself to the next level every time.
Striking that balance right there.
Exactly. And then a desire list, not too flowery, not too, nothing negative. Just here are my blunt goals for the day. I'm writing them down like a menu, right? This is what I'm ordering. Here it's like submitting my order to the universe, right?
Of course, yes.
And then I'm a big meditator and holding the vision, like the visualization meditation.
Yes.
I love them. I do about 15 minutes of just a really solid visualization time. And I really believe in this whole, the thoughts become things and that we give off an energetic signature. And it just, when you do it in the morning, it's like going to the gym for exercise. Like I feel like I'm just changing the energy, getting it flowing in the direction I want to go for the day. Mm-hmm. And then what I do is I often will maybe journal a little bit more, or sometimes I'll do something like turn on some music I like and kind of like rock out for a little bit, or do something that will just gets me really excited. Like something that like my favorite tea, or take the dog for a walk around the block and like just observe the pretty flowers right now because it's spring, or something that just puts me in the attitude of gratitude. Just gets me going. It's light, like a light thing, nothing too heavy. Like we just had a conversation, just get that oxygen flowing in a way. And then I sit down and I do my work and I work with my clients, and I'm just already, my money mindset is there because I've written down the money I want. I've envisioned it coming to me. I've gotten just a happy smile on my face. And it's, things come along during the day that'll kind of knock me out a little bit.
Yeah.
We all have those moments. Nobody, I always try and tell people this is not like, once you do this, it doesn't mean that it's all.
That's it forevermore.
The
shadows are dead. No.
Yeah, it was so easy. I just wrote it down. I want $1 billion. But but it gets you there, and every win feels good. And when something comes along, it's just easier to handle.
Yes.
I wouldn't say a setback, but just the little things.
Yeah, I mean, and not setbacks. They really are what they are opportunities for you to upgrade your energy frequency, really, right?
They are. I call them.
I love this strategy you have, Kelsey. It's amazing.
Thank
And
you.
start talking to money, because I mean, some days I wake up in the morning and I am right in my zone. I come out of sleep and I am go, go, go. I don't even, if I didn't even want to meditate that morning, I would stop. And it would still be okay, and I could meditate later. But there are other days, like today, I woke up and I could see that I had an energy dip right away. Mm-hmm. And what you prescribed just now as a metaphysical strategy is really powerful. And good thing I actually did something similar to really get my vibe, deliberately get my vibe up.
Yeah.
Which really put me in the zone. I felt much better. So what you're saying, from what I understand, is so you wake up in the morning, mm-hmm. and you have, the first thing you do is you start your menu, like your order from the universe, and you just write it. So you're going to what you call a money gym in the morning, instead of like a gym for your physical body, right?
Exactly.
That's pretty powerful. So you go into this money gym and you write out your menu, and you said your menu is it's a stretch for you. So something it's exciting, a little bit of terrifying, a little bit terrifying. Because you don't know how it's gonna come about. So you have that menu, and then you go into meditation, visualization, that kind of thing, and really get yourself into your mind, your spirit, your body connected before you get out of bed. Powerful. I love that strategy. that is powerful. And then you pointed out, and it's so important, that doing this doesn't mean that your day is not going to have those dipping moments, or opportunities, rather dipping moments. I'll call them opportunities for you to rise even further.
Exactly.
Because when you say to the universe, I want to be a billionaire. Well, what you're saying really is, give me opportunities to raise my vibration to the level where I can support that kind of financial abundance. I won't crumble, when I receive that level of financial abundance. And so those opportunities then that come during the day, right, that we see as shadow, those are just opportunities now for us to upgrade the frequency to sort of like support ourselves, create a firmer energy frequency, I guess.
Exactly. No, 100%. Because I really believe, when I started doing my own money work about 4 years ago, I would say, I want to be a millionaire. And I would roll my eyes and pish posh myself. Like, who do you think you are? I've got myself to the point where I am going to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
I am. That's just no question. And that took a long time to get there, to be thinking in that frequency without feeling silly.
Yes.
And so the money goals are ways to, you charge a higher price, or you pay a higher price for a service that you want, because you can get the quality that you desire. Mm-hmm. These are all, I call them tests. They're tests from the universe. They're sent our way to help us raise our vibration, expand into our self-worth, become a bigger person, more prepared for this, so that there's a reason we don't all get $1 billion the minute we ask for it, because it's like all those fairy tales. When the genie in a bottle, you rub the genie, the lamp, and you get the genie, it grants a wish, and then the wishes never work out because you know what I mean? Because I wasn't really prepared for $1 billion, and I won the lottery, now I'm broke 2 years later. There are all kinds of things, people, you have to expand into this, you have to be ready for it.
That is so true. Wow, thank you so much for sharing. These are amazing tips, truly. Thank you. Now, you have a business of your own, right? We talked about that. You help women entrepreneurs with their money, to get their money right, and to create a business and lives that they love. So you're really helping them energetically as well. How do you use this strategy with your clients? How do you implement it in your business?
Sure. Well, I figure out where they are.
I lost you for a moment. I lost you. Volume.
Oh, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Now I hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
So we start where we are in terms of my clients. Everyone's starting at a bit of a different point. Some people may have businesses that have been, doing well, but not making as much money as they want. Some people are just starting. But what it is I always ask them, what are your financial goals? And I want goals, there's a practical side of goals. Of course, you have to pay taxes. Taking care of your money is a very important part of money manifesting. You take care of the money you have and you respect it. You pay your taxes, you do your books, all very, very important. Yeah. But then where do you want to go? And usually the answer is, I want to make more money. Yeah. Which is fine, but the universe, if you're placing your order for more money, the universe might send you an extra $100.
Yes, that is more money. The more money you want.
You're happy, and then you're unhappy, and then you feel worse. It's just this terrible cycle. So let's say, what do you really want? And then I'll people say, well, I really want, say, $10,000. I really want $10,000, but I'll just charge $5,000. I'll say, why? And that's where the work really starts to begin. And it could be, that was just a total example of money. I mean, it could be any amount for any service. Yeah. But the point is that there's almost always a discrepancy between what people will charge and what they want.
Yes.
And when that's a big part of it, is getting people to what they want to charge. Yeah. And then it becomes taking the action in that direction. We've all been there. We take wild action, and action that scares you, pushes you out of your comfort zone, maybe making a cold call, giving a speech in public. It could be anything. Everybody has a different comfort zone. And then, the tests will come. But every time when you pass the tests, you take the action, you keep expanding, you keep affirming, you keep getting yourself in this mindset for this next level. Yeah. You have to leave the how out of it, but you trust that it will come.
Wow.
That's really what I keep, trust and surrender, take your action, trust and surrender. Everybody's timeline is different, because we're on, whatever it is, the clock time, but the universe is not following our clocks. No. So, which is also why it's good to have these money goals written down with dates on them.
Yes.
I want to be a mega billionaire in 5 years.
Do you have a timeline for your mega billionaire desire?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
So 5 years from now. So that's by 2024.
Yeah, 2024. We'll say that. April 30th, 2024. We'll say. Right. So and that could mean that everything comes April 29th, 2024.
Yes.
But
if that's going to be the case, you'll be ready, because you've been preparing these past 4 years, right? Exactly. And it could actually be tomorrow. You could wake up tomorrow with an opportunity, or later today. So it could be any time in that.
Exactly. The time frame, you never know. You just have to keep taking the action. Keep taking it in the right direction, and you have to keep your side of the street clean. Yeah. I'm not talking about action with spite or action through anger. I'm just saying action in the direction you want to go. Yes. And that's how it happens. And there are countless stories out there. I always I'm sure you've read them too. There are all kinds of movies and books about people who have transcended circumstances and made huge differences. And, all the billionaires out there now on the list, they were not all when they were born. Some were, but not a lot of them were not.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of billionaires who inherited, which I always say, if I were to inherit $1 billion, I'm not going to complain.
No, man. You know how much good we could do in this world right away. I mean, that's the ultimate plan with it anyway. But yes, absolutely. But when you study them, and that's the thing I do with my money coaching, I'm study people who have the wealth and the money and the charging the services that you want to charge, because they have the energy you want to achieve.
Exactly.
And they're comfortable with this money, and just look at them, be in their energy. It's okay. Instead of becoming one of those, they're so lucky, and that issuing spite and jealousy and envy. I'm if you want to have that, it's okay. Just look at them, thinking about what it'd be like for you, and then envision your own life that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's so true. So Kelsey, what is when you're a billionaire, obviously there are causes that are going to benefit tremendously from your financial abundance and from your services. Yes. So tell us, what is one cause that is really dear to your heart that you're going to embrace fully?
Well, I grew up in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. And central New York State, in a county that was, at the time, I think it still is, the second poorest county in New York State. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of rural poverty. And, I grew up in the country. I live in Connecticut now, but I have always envisioned returning to that area, which I love so dearly, and starting a foundation against rural, or to, you know, get people out of the cycle of rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty. There are many, you know, but there are children that are hungry, and it's the children that really, you know, any charity with children who are sick, or the children who are hungry, or living in these impoverished circumstances, and missing on educational opportunities. That's what tugs at my heartstrings. That
is a really great cause, because that is, to me, an unadvertised cause.
It is.
I personally feel like, you know, when they show advertisements for kids that are hungry, it is not usually in the United States.
No, it's not.
They're always showing, you know, different countries and stuff, especially, you know, Africa, which I think Africa's thriving like crazy. You know, and they show Asia, parts of Asia, you know, all those big charities that we donate money to for hunger and stuff.
Which are all important. I would never say
they're all, oh yes, absolutely. Very, very important. I'm just saying,
in our backyard.
You're mentioning, like, I never would have thought of what you just said. I didn't know.
Yeah, I would know. Right? I mean, the farming land, you know, it was all individual farming families when I was growing up, and the farms have now all co-opted with another, and it's harder for farmers to thrive. Wow. There's just a lot. The economy in rural America, especially in rural upstate New York, has really declined.
Wow.
And people that live there are paying the price, and it's not fair. And that's something I would love to tackle. And that, I mean, there are many facets to tackling poverty and hunger for children in the upstate New York, but you know, it's all kinds of, you're bringing back in industry and creating jobs and food and educational opportunities. There's a lot to it, but with $1 billion, I can easily handle it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and the great thing about being, you know, in that space where you're a billionaire and having a cause, not only can you put your own personal money, excuse me, towards that cause, but you have the ability to also solicit donations from other billionaire friends like myself.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, that's something I love.
And you also have government relations as well to help regulate some of those things. So you can really stretch and do amazing things when you become a billionaire. So that's really great.
Yes. Yeah. I remember I said to someone once was like, oh, well, you know, my business makes this and that's fine. I said, someone said, you're not doing anyone favors by remaining poor. If you want to, you know, and that's true, because it's a mindset sometimes with people that I encounter, my clients. I said, no, if you want to affect change, which we all want to create change or do good in our own ways. I'm like, with the more money you have, the more you can do. I mean, that's just a fact. And we live on the physical plane, the planet Earth, and here, that's what counts.
Yeah. That really does count. It's pretty cool, but it's great because we have the ability to command that from the universe and take the steps that we need to take, that whatever is called of us in order to have that. And we're moving into the zone where we're actually conscious billionaires. So we're a different level billionaires.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If someone had handed me $1 billion 10 years ago, I don't know if I would have been thinking this way. I think I would have been, but now you're really
into it. Yeah, conscious. That's pretty cool. So now that we've talked about what you're going to be doing charitably, what are you going to be doing luxuriously for your own self? I mean,
I know.
The private jets, the Bugatti. What is it?
We gotta have some fun. I mean, my greatest love in life is traveling with my family.
Oh, yes.
So I will be, you know, house-wise, I don't know, or I almost don't want to have too many houses because I like to travel so much that if I had a house, I'd be like feel obligated to spend time there.
So what if you had? Well, that's true. You didn't have to, but I was just thinking when you mentioned that. What if you owned homes in all your favorite places where you traveled, right? And you employed people to take care of those homes. And those homes were available to some of your friends and family members that you love to go to travel to as well. So this money, so you're contributing taxes, you're paying taxes in different economies, right? So you're supporting all these various economies as well. Just a thought.
And do like a little retreat places for people too.
Yeah. Could you adjust your mic a little bit? I think I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's better.
So, yeah, having like retreats in different places for sure, retreat homes. I mean, I just would love to have my home in upstate New York, and then we love Scotland. We spent a lot of time there. I was there in college.
Did you say
And
Portland?
also, like, I want to go to Australia, but when I go to Australia, I want to go for like 2 or 3 months, you know?
You want to go to Australia? Did you say you want to go to Australia for about 2 or 3 months? Yes.
Yeah, I want to fly all the way down there.
Yeah.
But when you're going there, like time changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can like the kids and go and just really. I love not only just traveling, but I love exploring new cultures. You can really get into new cultures when you kind of immerse yourself.
Absolutely. I love it. I love that. I love traveling, and you're going to be able to take very customized trips, very vacations, very bespoke, organized just for you and your family. Do the most unique things, and basically you're spreading money around when you're being.
When I go to places, I want to stimulate their economy.
Yes.
You love good food and eating. We love outdoors. Get people to all the right restaurants. You'll take us hiking. Helicopter tours, whatever it is. I want to do it all and like live it up and see everything there is to offer for sure. And pay. When you're in these tourist economies, they really rely on tourist dollars, and there's my chance to really, help.
Yes. I totally agree. Do things like, when, of course, hiring for everything to be designed bespoke for you and your family, going to the most remote, amazing places, or not even remote, but available, but not to everyone type place.
I have a whole list of like spas in Europe I want to go to. I'm a big fan of like those luxury travel magazines, and now I just like mark them, rip out articles, bookmark them, like, I'm gonna go here for a few weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's
I love all of that stuff. I love it. But I want to be in the culture. I want to travel on my own plane, all that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I love your vision. I know, of course, that's just one or two things that you're going to be doing as a billionaire. Hiring the most famous private chefs, or even if they're not famous, the chefs that you love. So they can prepare privately the dishes that you love for you and your friends, family, or whomever you love to share with. So it's just an amazing life of complete freedom and choices, incredible choices, which is
exactly.
That is great. Did you want to say something else?
No.
Okay. All right. That's fascinating. It's fascinating. I love this. I love what we're doing with this show, because as you've said, 5 years from now, you're going to be a billionaire. But guess what? When you're a billionaire, we've got your first.
We've documented it.
Public,
exactly.
Isn't that something? It
is. Well, what did I see? I saw something the other day that said if only we'd had a vlog of Jeff Bezos building Amazon.
Oh my.
What would we have seen? It would have been, now we're in this very transparent world where you can watch people build from the ground up. We've never got to see Jeff or Oprah in their building. We just got to see the final products when they were done.
Exactly.
So it's fun to be able to
documenting that. If they were documenting, right, like doing it live.
Right, like daily live.
But I guess maybe, like I said before, the like I saw on the Billionaire show on YouTube, they were not maybe they didn't start out thinking that's where they wanted to go. So they even did. They couldn't come on live and say, hey, I'm going to be on this Conscious Billionaire TV show because that's where I'm going, right? They didn't do that.
No, they didn't. But they had a big grand vision. They were a good example of how they wanted to go big, and they left the how out of it. And they just kept working. I've heard from the Amazon people that it was just a huge, a long slog there for a long time.
I agree. We don't get to see the challenges, how they were prepared. Like you were saying, their routines, maybe they had the money gym. They went to the money gym in the morning, or
we have no idea.
Shadows that came up, all the opportunities that came up for them to rise and step up, upgraded vibrations we never got to see, which is now we just see them, on the covers of magazines with headlines and stories and $100 billion attached to their names. And that's why I love what we're doing, because we're in the trenches and we're starting out. We're saying, hey, this is where we're going. So it's being documented. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I did. And you started it. Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
So Kelsey, you know, there are other people who may be thinking, you know, I want to be a billionaire, but they may be in a situation where no one supports that dream and they don't really have the audacity to state what they want and step out in faith. So what kind of advice do you have for anyone else who's thinking, to whom this might appeal, you know, the idea that I can set a goal, a financial desire goal, and move towards it?
So this, I mean, that was me about 4 or 5 years ago. I would say, oh, people, you know, do you like what you're doing? And say, oh yes, of course. I'm so grateful. And I did like what I was doing, but the money wasn't good anymore. And I wanted more money. And I couldn't even, saying that out loud felt tacky and weird, and I had all these things around that. So this is what I advise if anyone is in the internal monologue is, you know, I want to make more money. I want to be a mega billionaire. I want to do this. This is all resonating with me. And my first step is write it down, and then get together with your closest friends. And I mean like 2 or 3 close girlfriends or whomever, even your spouse, whatever it is, whoever is the closest to you, that you can, when you have the people you speak with, that you have no facade. You know what I mean? You can just really float. And we all have these people in our life, and they come from many different places in our lives, and talk with them first, because you need practice. You know, there's a reason we don't all get up and say, I want to be a mega billionaire on a platform in front of 20,000 people the first time we say it. It's because we're practicing. We're talking like this. We're on the internet. We're talking with each other. We're talking with our friends. And it takes time to get over the feelings and the awkwardness. When the feelings come up, look at them, think them through. Where is this coming from? And then do it again and do it again and say it again and over again. Because when you start saying this, you know, I want to make money, I want to do this, the opportunities begin to appear. You know, you start to get clarity around what you want. You start to see the signs. It starts coming together, but you have to declare your energy. You know, you have to make the statement, and you have to start walking your talk.
I love that, walking your talk. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what you said also about the feelings of awkwardness that first come. Even when you start saying it out loud, you can feel the awkwardness. It's like a tension in your vibration, or ripples. That's that unbelievable. Like this is not true, or you know.
Right. Yes, you get a little tick. Some people like you know, kind of like touch their face, like, oh, I want to be, you know, like you kind of shy away from it. You shy away from saying it. Yeah,
that's really cool. Kelsey, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you've shared with me.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
So good to have you. And so everyone watching this is absolutely powerful. So many tips, so many strategies, so many words of encouragement that we can use. All of that we can use to raise our vibes and to pursue and obviously arrive at that goal of being a billionaire. So thanks so much everyone for watching. And we have several Conscious Billionaire to be shows that we did recently. So if anyone wants to go back and watch them, that sounds wonderful. Awesome. Thanks so much, Kelsey. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.